All right, everybody. The Lions have been rumored, linked to, whatever you want to call it, a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles for premier pass rusher Hassan Reddick. Now, this is a guy in Hassan Reddick that has had, I want to say, over the last 4 years, like 13, 18, 15, and 13 sacks. The dude is just nuts. He's a technician. He is a very, very good player. So here's the question. Do we keep him or don't we in this video, or do we go for this trade or don't we? I'm going to give you two sides to the story. I'm going to give you two sides to the story. I'm going to tell you why I think we should trade for him, and then I'm going to tell you why I think we should not trade for him. So let's start by talking about why the Lions should trade for Hassan Reddick. And I always like to show a little something on the screen here. But the biggest reason, and the argument is obvious. We need somebody opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Nobody has stepped up in Hutch's 2 years here. In fact, other than Hutch, nobody has stepped up in the 3 years that Aaron Glenn has been minding this defense and that Brad Holmes has been the GM or Dan Campbell has been the coach. Hutch is the only one. So we need a player that could go in and absolutely do that. Hutch is getting double teamed like crazy, and have someone on the opposite side would immediately turn around our defense. I think this is the single most important thing the Lions need to do in this offseason. And I believe going and getting another rusher, now it could be from the edge, it could be from the interior of the defensive line. That's fine. The Detroit Lions need to go out and get another edge rusher. So first I'm going to tell you why they shouldn't do the trade. All right, and it's really simple. Let's go ahead and take a look at the free agents that are here. You can get a number of free agents because Hassan Reddick is an elite pass rusher that has been the best pass rusher on an Eagles team for the last 4 years. We already have our alpha. His name is Aiden Hutchinson. You don't necessarily need another alpha. Now, there's alphas on here. Josh Allen, oh my goodness. If you went out and got him, I would lose my mind. All right, that would be unbelievable. That, I think, could propel us from being number 4 or 5 most likely team to win the Super Bowl to 2 or 3. This would make us absolutely legit, and this could really, really do a good job for our team. I think Brian Burns is very similar in that respect. I just think he won't command quite as much. He might command as much. We'll see. All right, Danielle Hunter, great for a year or two, right? He's older, and he has not shown any inkling of slowing down. None, but he will. All right, Father Time gets to everyone, and he's at a position where you need to have elite athleticism in order to continue to do well. You have Bryce Huff. Now, this is a guy who has crazy pass efficiency, but he's kind of what we're hoping James Houston will be for us. So remember, we still have that in-house, but those guys can kind of exchange and do things like that. All right, you have Chase Young, who just had a fantastic Super Bowl. All right, he just had a fantastic Super Bowl, and I understand that. All right, I just realized that I have our Sports Talk Extra. That's our second channel up in the background. That's okay. All right, so you still see all the Lions stuff. Don't worry. You know we love the Lions, all right? But Chase Young, Jonathan Greenard of the Houston Texans. There are so many players. Jadeveon Clowney, 1 year rental. Thank you very much. Zadarius Smith, 1 year rental. Also somewhat affordable. Thank you very much. All right, pay him 10, 11 million. Move on. Josh Uche. Are you seeing what I'm getting at here? Leonard Floyd. There are so many good edge rushers out there that can be gotten for a price, and you don't have to trade away any capital. None. So now I'm going to go into why we should trade for him. All right? I will just talk about this. Usually I like to pull up stats and all this kind of stuff, but I know the numbers here. He is due $14.5 million. His dead cap number, or his total cap hit, is $21 million. I'm not sure if you acquire a player in a trade if we need to take on all that other stuff. So I think it just cost the Lions $14.5 million. He's in the last year of his contract. We're talking about Hassan Reddick here. He's in the last year of his contract. All right? So if we know he's in the last year of his contract, we can trade away. His trade value won't be as high because it's just the last year of his contract, but you're still going to have to give up something serious, maybe like a second-round pick or like 2/3 or whatever it might be. You're going to have to give up some serious compensation. The reason I don't like the trade is because you have to give up that compensation. We'll get to that in a second. But here's what I'm thinking for future salary cap implications. If you bring Hassan Reddick in here on a 1-year deal, you spend that late first-round pick or something like that, or you think you might have the talent, maybe it's Pascal, maybe it's Houston, to develop in-house behind Hassan Reddick. You use him for a year, you say thank you so much, and then you let him go in free agency after that because you're going to need to pay St. Brown, you're going to need to pay Sewell this upcoming season, you're going to need to pay Goff. There's a lot of people that you have to pay. So you bring him in, you pay him for 1 year. You pay him for 1 year. And then if you want to let him go, you let him go. If he's still producing at a high level, you bring him back for another couple years at $30 million. All right? That's fine. I have no problem with that. All right? Here is back to the reason again, though, that I don't love it, is because, and maybe you even draft his replacement, right? But that's one area that Brad Holmes has shown that he's struggled a little bit, right? Finding an answer to. I mean, Hutch fell into his lap with the number 2 pick. We loved it. Loved it, right? Fell into his lap with the number 2 pick. Other than that, nothing has been done to get a good, solid edge defender. It's not for lack of trying, right? I mean, like, they bring in Charles Harris, which actually was pretty good. They had Okwara. They did different things to bring players in. Houston was kind of a steal, but was it a flash in the pan? Because this year he wasn't on his way back. The coaches barely liked to put him on the field, and he was hurt. So you can't really tell on that. Pascal has yet to be what you would hope he would be from a second-round player. So it's proven talent. It's proven talent. But again, I look back at this free agency pool, and if you're worried about dishing out a long-term contract to a guy like Josh Allen or Brian Burns, all right, then maybe what you need to be doing is you need to be going and you need to say, hey, Jadeveon Clowney, you seem to like 1-year deals everywhere you go. Does this work for you? Zadarius Smith, you're getting older. We'll give you a year, right? We'll give you a year. Just like the Browns did. We'll give you a year, and you can be on an even better team. Like, why not? All right, these are the kind of guys. Uche, give him a prove-it deal, right? All those types of things, which, by the way, his comparison on this is very similar to who? Hassan Reddick. Yeah, absolutely. Same with Leonard Floyd. Same with all of that kind of stuff, all right? So this is kind of where I settle in. If you want to get immediate help at the edge because it's hard to draft elite edge rushers, especially where we are in the draft late in the first round, go for it. Go for it. Go spend the free agent money there. Get a corner in the draft, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, you're good. You got the money to pay off your other players. If you want to re-sign Goff, you put some of that extra free agent money toward him. Like, we're living in a good spot. We're living in a good spot. So that's kind of my thought process. I just wanted to go through all of the ideas that I had going in my brain with trade stuff, and now you know where I'm at. All right. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoy this. We want to be your go-to spot for Detroit Lions football. And remember, we have started a new website called sportstalkdetroit.com. And so if you like watching us or if you want to read these articles, go there. That's the best place to find our content. All right. Thanks for watching. See ya.